Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad that I'm responsible and have a chance to present you my ideas on how should we make a next step to an even more sustainable and transparent business operations and reporting standards. Move our company toward the use of a triple bottom line accounting model in which environmental and social performance is given equal weight to financial performance. First, I am going to make an introduction to triple bottom line concept and make a brief description of the key changes that would need to be made in our current business. Further, I will focus on how to make those changes and the ethical issues which can be raised by this change management project. So, what is triple bottom line accounting? This concept expands the traditional reporting framework to take into account social and environmental performance in addition to financial performance. These three divisions are also called the three P's: people, planet, and profit, or the three pillars of sustainability. Adoption of this framework will allow us to evaluate our performance in a broader context. On the operational level, we will need to make changes through the following: top-level involvement, CEO, board of directors, policy implementation, programs, principles, and reporting standards development. For instance, Global Reporting Initiative. According to some researchers, for instance, Slaper and Hall, the challenges of putting the triple bottom line into practice relate to the measurement of social and ecological categories, so finding applicable data and determining how a project or policy contributes to sustainability. Despite this, the triple bottom line framework will enable our company to take a longer-term perspective and therefore evaluate the future consequences of our decisions. To engage people into the project, change their attitudes and values, we will need to adopt the following methods. First one, to inform every employee about proposed transformation, its goals, schedule, and future benefits by publishing articles on the intranet, corporate newspaper, and printing special booklets. Second, arrange a set of educational programs for different levels of employees. Third, analyze and redesign business processes to ensure smooth and cohesive implementation of the change project. So, let's focus now on the ethical issues which can be raised by this project and how we can take account of them. First, according to Fred Robbins, one of the major weaknesses of the triple bottom line framework is its ability to be applied in a monetary-based economic system, because there is no single way in monetary terms to measure the benefits of the society and environment as there is with profit. It does not allow for businesses to sum across all three bottom lines. In this regard, it makes it difficult for businesses to recognize the benefits of using triple bottom line for the company. Therefore, making this consideration less relevant, we should design all our reporting processes in the most interdependent and clear manner. Due to the framework, a triple bottom line business wouldn't use any kind of labor exploitation and monitor all contracted companies for child labor exploitation, would pay fair salaries to its workers, would maintain safe work environment and tolerable working hours, and would not otherwise exploit a community or its labor force. Moreover, we'll also need to give back by contributing to the strength and growth of communities where businesses are situated with such things as healthcare and education development projects. In general, quantifying social bottom line is relatively new, problematic, and often subjective. Therefore, to enable our company to comparably report on the social impact of a business, we'll need to implement guidelines developed by the Global Reporting Initiative, for example, or any other professional organization. Additionally, the concept of triple bottom line demands that the company's responsibility lies with stakeholders rather than shareholders. In this case, stakeholders refers to anyone who is influenced either directly or indirectly by the actions of the firm. According to the stakeholders theory, the business entity should be used as a vehicle for coordinating stakeholders' interests instead of maximizing shareholders' profit. Therefore, we'll need to agree these reporting principles with the shareholders and stipulate in corporate governance policy and code of conduct. Second, a triple bottom line business reduces its ecological footprint by, among other things, carefully managing its consumption of energy and non-renewables and reducing manufacturing waste as well as rendering waste less toxic before disposing of it in a safe and legal manner. That's why we'll need to run a technology modernization program and conduct a life cycle assessment of product to determine what is true environmental cost from the production of raw materials to manufacturing and eventual disposal by the end user. Third, as a triple bottom line company, we will require ethical and sustainable practices from all of our suppliers and service providers. And businesses which will be planning to work with us must design their business model to be triple bottom line. Furthermore, while the triple bottom line incorporates the social, economical, and environmental dimensions of sustainable development, it does not explicitly address the fourth dimension, time. Time dimension focuses on preserving current value in all three other dimensions for later. This means we'll need to make assessment of short-term, longer-term, and long-term consequences of any actions we plan. Finally, a triple bottom line company does not produce harmful or destructive products such as weapons, toxic chemicals, batteries containing dangerous heavy metals, for example. Therefore, triple bottom line can be viewed as our attempt by otherwise exploitative corporation to avoid legislation and taxation, generate a fictitious people-friendly and eco-friendly image for PR purposes. Dell provides an outstanding example of what happens to a company who ignores this P. In 2002, the company provided a way to recycle computers in Europe for a fee, but not in the United States. Why? Because it was required by law in the European Union. This was bad publicity. It was using conscripted prison labor when they finally started offering computer recycling. It took 18 months of public pressure to finally get Dell doing the right thing by recycling any computer a consumer brought to them. To prevent such a case, we need to develop our recycling processes and arrange meetings with major organizations who deal with sustainability and environmental issues to ensure their clear understanding of our honest approach. Mentioning all these ethical issues which can be raised with this project, I would make an accent on the fact that adoption of the triple bottom line framework will allow us to evaluate our performance in a broader context, and that it will enable our company to take a longer-term perspective and therefore evaluate the future consequences of our decisions. In conclusion, I would like to thank you for your attention to such an important initiative of triple bottom line implementation in our company. I hope all the mentioned above changes that we'll need to make will find a strong response in your hearts and minds.